The wind whipped across Crimson Ridge, slicing through the soldiers' coats and carrying the smell of smoke, mud, and snow. Corporal Daniel Foster crouched behind a shattered wall, his rifle pressed against the icy stone, eyes straining to see through the darkness. Only months before, he had been a delivery boy in Chicago, carrying letters and parcels without a thought for danger. Now, every heartbeat, every step, carried the weight of his unit's survival, the lives of men depending on him in a battlefield that seemed endless. Orders had been clear: hold Crimson Ridge until reinforcements could arrive from the valley below. The words sounded simple, but the reality was far harsher. Every shadow could hide an enemy, every sound demanded vigilance, and the cold seeped into bones and minds alike. The ridge was quiet in the way only war can make quiet. Tension coiled like a living thing among the shattered trees and broken stone. Daniel adjusted his gloves, checking his rifle sights, and breathed slowly, trying to steady his nerves against the constant, invisible pressure. Memories of home flashed through his mind, the smell of his mother's cooking, his little brother's laughter in the streets, the quiet hum of his neighborhood. Those fleeting thoughts were fragile shields, giving him courage against the gnawing fear that came with every distant gunshot or rustle in the snow. Hours passed with measured patience, the soldiers whispering only when necessary, sharing small gestures of comfort and reassurance. Each minute felt like an hour, stretched thin across the ridge as they waited, alert to every flicker of movement or sound in the frozen darkness. Suddenly, the distant crack of artillery echoed across the valley, shaking loose snow from the trees and rattling the stones beneath him. Daniel froze, heart hammering, muscles tense, but no enemy appeared. The ridge remained theirs, held by discipline, endurance, and sheer determination. As the first light of dawn began to touch the treetops, a pale gold spilled across the ridge, softening the jagged ruins and frozen ground. Reinforcements appeared in the distance, marching steadily through the snow, bringing relief that had been long awaited but hard-earned. Daniel exhaled slowly, lowering his rifle, the weight of responsibility easing slightly. The ridge had been held. The line had not broken. No medals would mark this victory. No headlines would capture the quiet endurance of men who simply stayed their post. He looked once more over the valley, remembering every shadow, every sound, every breathless minute of the night. Some victories, he realized, exist only in memory, carried quietly by those who bore them in silence. The men began to descend from Crimson Ridge, boots crunching through the frost-covered ground, moving carefully yet with renewed confidence. Daniel took one last glance at the sunrise, painting the snow-gilded landscape, knowing that courage often lives not in grand acts, but in patience, vigilance, and unwavering resolve. The wind still howled across the ridge, but it no longer seemed threatening. It had witnessed their endurance, their quiet heroism, and would carry the story of the night that Crimson Ridge remained unbroken, a testament to the bravery of ordinary men in extraordinary circumstances.